इस एप्रोप्रिएशन बिल का मैं समर्थन करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद राकेश सिन्हा जी। नेक्स्ट स्पीकर श्री अयोध्या रामी रेड्डी।
Sir, namaskar. We support this supplementary demand for grants. Sir, you are aware there is a clearance required for an additional spending of 3,73,761 crore, placing the second batch of supplementary demands for grants for the current fiscal. This involves a higher than expected net cash outgo of 2,99,243 crores. The rest will be met through savings or enhanced receipts of various ministries and departments. More than 80% of the extra net cash outgo under the second batch of supplementary demands pertains to 5 items. The first one is equity infusion into Air India, asset holdings, approximately 62,000 crores. Additional subsidy of fertilizers, 58,400 crores. For food, about 49,800 crores. Clearance of past dues to vote to exporters, about 53,000 crores. Greater allocation for National Rural Job Scheme, 22,000 crores. All these 5, from our point of view, which are very important and really very good to consider these things. Sir, from our point of view, from AP, as you know, after the bifurcation, we have suffered a lot, and certainly there is a major support that is needed from Government of India on this. Sir, we want that Polavaram project, the second revised cost estimate. While the government has approved 8,786 crores for Ministry of Jal Shakti under various heads, there is a glaring omission towards clearing of bills and increasing allocation for Polavaram project. We want the ministry to kindly look into it and help the state. The second revised cost estimate for 55,656.87 crore, the Polavaram irrigation project is still pending with the government. The project, which is the lifeline for Andhra Pradesh, has been accorded national project status, and the responsibility of the project lies with the Government of India as envisaged in the AP Reorganization Act. Sir, already 8 years are completed. We really want this help, and this is the dire need. Please help, and we will ensure that the state is really putting its best efforts to complete and commission this project by next year. Further, the central government is limiting its funding to the irrigation component, and that would not extend to the drinking water component. We certainly want this to be looked at and help the state. Surely it is required, sir. Polavaram project has become the only national project wherein the drinking water component is not covered. I want you to kindly look at it, and Madam, kindly consider this point. Andhra Pradesh does not want any special treatment like Uttar Pradesh. We just want to be treated as equals. Please, a lot of projects are coming in UP with support from ministry, but our projects, especially water component, certainly is not being looked at. We want you to kindly consider this. Deduction in, the second point is deduction in borrowing limit of state on account of excess borrowing by previous government. We have mentioned this point also in the special mentioning during the special mention report, but we once again wanted to bring it to the notice. Andhra Pradesh is trying its best to recover from the bifurcation and the COVID-19 pandemic and the successive lockdowns. The net borrowing ceiling for 21-22 was set at 42,472 crores, and in an unprecedented move, it was deducted by 17,923 crores due to the over borrowings between 2016 and 19. The people of Andhra Pradesh are being made to suffer due to the over borrowings of the previous government. Assuming if the government wants to do that, then I should take you back to the era of Dr. Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy, when the AP government had an under borrowing of rupees 26,380 crores. If you are punishing Andhra Pradesh for the over borrowing of the previous government, why not give us the benefit of the under borrowing in the governments between 2004 and the bifurcation. The third point regarding NREGA, release of pending payments to the tune of 4,976.51 crores. I would request the Madam, I want you to kindly look at it. Under the supplementary grants, the government has rightly allocated 22,039 crores for rural jobs under NREGA. In the last 1.5 years, the rural work demand for NREGA has increased exponentially. NREGS had become the main source of livelihood for many, and Andhra catered to the inward migration also during that period. Due to such increased demand, Andhra Pradesh has already overspent its fund allocation, and in light of the revised labor budget of Andhra Pradesh from 2,167 lakh person days to 2,350 lakh person days, the Government of India was apprised of the revised budgetary requirements of rupees 4,976.51 crores towards wage, material and administration costs for the implementation of MGNREGS scheme. I therefore, on behalf of the people of Andhra Pradesh, lay a claim of rupees 4,976 crore out of the new allocation for the pending second tranche of NREGA payments. The fourth point, inadequate coverage of beneficiaries under National Food Security Act. Time and again we have brought it to the notice of the central government. Various components of the food schemes, including the National Family Security Act, Public Distribution System, PM Garib Kalyan Yojana, for decentralized procurement of food grains under NFSA are mentioned under the supplementary grants. Andhra Pradesh has less than the national average coverage of NFSA at 61% of the rural population and 41% of the urban population. We are still getting NFSA coverage based on 2011 census, whereas the situation has changed drastically after bifurcation in 2014, and now that the 2021 census is delayed, I am hopeful that specific steps shall be taken to increase the coverage under NFSA by relying on other population surveys and thus assuring food security to a larger population. The next point, resource gap funding by Government of India. Andhra Pradesh at the time of bifurcation was assured that the resource gap shall be compensated through the regular budget of the financial year 2014-15. As per the CAG, for the financial year 2014-15, the revenue deficit for the period from 2nd June 2014 to 31st March 2015 was rupees 16,078.76 crores. However, with the introduction of standardized expenditure, only 4,117.89 crore has been compensated to the government. Since then, many budgets and supplementary demand for grants have been voted upon. However, no mention of the remaining compensation to the state of Andhra Pradesh has been made. This is highly critical at this point of time to sustain and improve the fiscal health of the state. Sixth point, stoppage of disbursement of loan to State Development Corporation, APSDC. I would like to bring to the notice of the stoppage of disbursement of loans for the Andhra Pradesh State Development Corporation. APSDC was formed emulating the same model that several organizations, including NHA, Kerala Infra Investment Fund Board, etc., to follow, that is receiving an allocation from the government revenues to meet the debt servicing and other requirements. Based on cash flow robustness as well, APSDC was accorded AA rating. However, the stand taken by the Ministry of Finance against the borrowings of APSDC is harsh and disturbing. This has led to APSDC unable to borrow 1,800 crores. Thus, I would request the Finance Minister to look into the matter and allow the disbursal of loan to APSDC. Sir, I want to conclude by saying, even though the YSR Congress Party supports the supplementary demand for grants, it was let down for the state of Andhra Pradesh, and we will be sending a detailed letter to the Honorable Finance Minister to look at the sufferings that we are going through and consider favorably and help the state. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Reddy ji. Next speaker, Shri Sushil Kumar Modi ji.